First, though, let's say good afternoon to you. Welcome to your 5 News at Noon. I'm Ruben Diaz. Joe Ellison has the day off. Now, there was already a rise in COVID cases ahead of the holidays, and now experts worry that Christmas gatherings could make the numbers even worse. President Biden and his COVID response team are briefing the nation's governors as Omicron cases sweep the country. Daily cases have spiked to more than 176,000 people. That's the highest rate in nearly a year. In fact, home tests are sold out at a lot of locations, forcing a lot of people to spend part of the holiday weekends waiting in lines to get tested. President Biden has now vowed to increase testing availability, opening new federal testing sites and buying $500 million at-home tests with plans to mail them out for free. But that won't start until January. Health officials continue to push for all Americans to get vaccinated and boosted, even though the country is seeing more breakthrough cases with this new variant.
The good news is if you're vaccinated, and particularly if you're boosted, the infections tend to be very, very mild.
All right, so New York City's vaccine mandate actually kicks in today. Private sector employees are required to have at least one vaccine dose by today, with no way to opt out with regular testing. All right, let's take a look at the latest COVID-19 numbers, show you kind of how things broke down over the last 24 hours. The latest numbers reported. We added 422 new cases to the overall case count. That pushes us over the 550,000 mark since the pandemic began. We did see active cases drop by nearly 100, so under 10,000 active cases right now here in the state. Unfortunately, we continue to add to the overall death toll. 8 more COVID-19 related deaths have been reported, pushing that number to 9,066. We're seeing hospitalizations and ventilator use both on the rise. Hospitalizations rose by 15. There are now 118 people using ventilators here in the state. All right, so it was a difficult Christmas weekend for thousands of Americans because of the latest COVID surge. In fact, a lot of travelers found themselves on, let's call them epic journeys after infections among pilots, crew, and airline staff caused a ton of last-minute flight changes. From Friday